this year I completed this entire wall. Well, it's all temporary. That's why there's a board here holding the soil back. And I've planted tomatoes. You see? And some kale with some beets underneath it. But look at this. I don't even think I can call this soil, but it is what it is. Here are my replacements for any of the squash that died. I can't remember what that is. Collard greens, I think. But these are replacements. This one's Swiss chard. Replacements for squash that died in my field. I think I planted a little early this year. Strawberries are just beginning to flower. Turn into strawberries. I've got some random lettuce left over from last year. So when I let things go to seed, and I'm breaking my rule, I've got shoes in the garden today, but it's still early enough. When you let things like broccoli go to seed, not only does it have flowers to attract. Look, I live by a lake, yeah? It's a man-made lake. The water moves very slowly, and there's no bugs out. It's kind of scary, because you know, people go around advertising, spraying for ticks, spraying for mosquitoes. It's killing us more than it's killing them. You're never going to get rid of the bugs. But when you let things go to seed, you randomly get plants that you don't have to plant. And here's another lettuce. And this is something which I've got some hay, some straw that I'm gonna put around everywhere. And then I really am not gonna wear any shoes, because that makes it soft. It's like nature's carpeting. But what I've got going on here, the peas, they're really grown. You see? Radishes. Radishes are the quickest that I know of to begin to harvest. Sweet potato, oregano, more strawberries. Here's some quinoa, which is a cousin of goosefoot. So we have a natural quinoa that grows here that people treat as a weed, and I have one in the garden somewhere. I just need to find it. Okay, here they are. These right here are called goosefoot. See the feet? And that produces quinoa. Well, North American quinoa. These plants right here, I just found a bag at the supermarket that said edible flowers, or edible herbs and flowers, and I just dug a line, planted them all. So they're coming along well. I lost these mouse melons. I planted them too early, though I might get some survivors. And I thought I was planting late this year. I finished this wall, cleared out some of this asparagus, but there's poison ivy in here and I just can't get rid of it. No matter how much I pick at it, right? It keeps coming back. Yep, it's poison ivy. Yep, I'm using my hands. My immune system's strong. Plus, if you eat mangoes and mango skin, you'll become immune to it. See, look, that's poison ivy. Yeah, I put it in between my fingers. I don't get the rash. I'll get an itch for a day. That's about it. So my hands are going to be itchy tomorrow, but I know not to scratch them and then, you know, I'll go to the bathroom. Just got to be cognizant of stuff like that. Let me find, I don't know. I ate all the asparagus that I'm not having go to seed. I ate it all already. So if I could find one. Nope, not right now. There's none that are edible at the moment. But I finished this temporary wall, right? Look at that. The potatoes are coming along nicely. Here's my peas. That's another group of peas. That's another group of peas. I got carrots. So I walk through here. I created a little section of steps at the edge of the garden so that I don't have to weed it and so that I'm not walking through everything. But here's clover. A clover patch, and here's another. I'm pretty sure it's clover. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be red clover. Look, either that or it's a milk thistle. You see? I wanted to get it to focus. That could be milk thistle. Some garlic mustard right here. It's going to seed, which is good. Some more tomatoes. And that's pretty much my garden right now. It's still early in the season. The first things that are going to produce are the radishes and the peas. And the good thing about peas are not only do they add nitrogen to the soil, they're considered nitrogen fixators, but the more you eat them, the more you get. So I got myself a scale, and I've yet to measure this, but I estimate this area at something about 160 square feet, something like 40 by 40. I know the cornfield is 10 by 28 because I measured it when I was planting. But even up here, I lost some of my Maldives melons, and I think it's to the weather. I thought I was planting late. You see, they're just not doing good. I think they're getting too cold at night. This one's gone. This one's barely hanging on. Some of them are doing okay. But the thing is, this is the grand solar minimum. And that's why the rainy season is lasting longer. And it's colder than normal. And it's hotter. And then it's colder. And it breaks heat levels and cold levels all at the same time. Because the seasons are flipping on each other. It's called the grand solar minimum. And the media tries to distract us with carbon footprint, this, that, and the third, and try and get people fighting. Here's some peanuts that I'm gonna grow along here. I'm not gonna grow them in the ground. I grew peanuts in the ground over here one year, and I didn't dig them up because it's easier to just dump them out. But if you look at the data coming across the Midwest, not only have they lost a good portion of their crop from last year that was sitting in storage bins from the flooding, but they're not planting yet this year, and they should be. I saw a statistic. Indiana was only 11% planted this time of year. Certain places were only 30% planted in the Midwest at this time of year because it's too rainy, too much moisture. The seeds in the sprouts, they rot. The weather's too cold, it shocks the plants, and they die. So this is one reason why I'm growing my own food. There's also another bailout. There was a bailout at the beginning of this year, and there's going to be another bailout. It's either being drawn up or has been drawn up. And going to be to the tune of $20 billion just to keep farms in business, so that next year they can get bailed out again, because this is the weather that's causing all this. This is the weather. So plant some food, grow some food, become independent. Doesn't matter how much money you make, you won't be able to keep up with the inflation of the prices of food. I went into Five Guys Burgers last night, and it cost me $30 for 2 burgers, 2 fries, and a drink. A cheeseburger, whatever their double cheeseburger is, costs $10. It's not always been like that. So let me show you a nice cool thing with strawberries. These are called runners right here. See, they come off the main plant and they're called runners. By this time next week, this set of leaves will be open and it will throw off roots, and I can cut this runner right here and I can plant it somewhere else. For example, I can plant it in this wall somewhere. As you can see, I've got chickweed growing right here. That's edible. I've got the dead nettles growing off the wall. So, I mean, if I had the money and if there was a market for it, we could build walls all over the hillsides of every country in the world and grow more food than is needed, and it would be cheap. But that's another conspiracy theory, isn't it? Anyways.